someone in your life toxic? Do you allow others to cause chaos in your life?
Psychologist Dr. Kim Taylor is joining us this morning. She's going to share some advice on how to deal with the toxic people in your life. So good morning, Dr. Kim. Let's bring her into the shot here. Always great to see you.
Good morning.
Nice to be with you. What actually defines someone as being a toxic person?
Well, the primary trait is someone who is completely self-absorbed, and that their needs, their emotions, their wants are all that actually a matter. And when you try to help them to focus on something else, it's met with a lot of resistance as they go back to their problems and how unjust the world is to them and how unfair people are. And the sad thing about it is that they're very unaware of the negative impact that they have on their friends and families or their co-workers. And so they keep doing this, and they actually derive a lot of pleasure out of creating chaos and pushing your buttons. They're like a barrel of fun.
Yeah, barrel of fun, yes. Well, with the definition of a toxic person, how do you know if you're surrounded by one?
Yeah.
Well, this is I put a list out there, and let's go through the list because it is actual behaviors. And once you start to see these, you might say, yes, my coworker and or my partner or my friend.
Right.
So part of that list is that they are always gossiping about others, and they try to control a lot of people's behaviors, and they manipulate. And part of what they're trying to do is that they want other people to be responsible for them and their problems, and they take no responsibility for their own actions. They are very negative, they always complain, they manipulate others to really try to meet their own needs. And so there's constant drama, there is constant playing the victim or being the martyr, and there are usually a lot of signs of addiction or dependency, and they blame others for everything. And they're really very unwilling to help themselves. So these are the people that you tend to feel like you're walking on eggshells, and or that you're being controlled by their moods.
Interesting. Okay.
I know a few people. I know a few people.
Right. I know it kind of makes you think about some people that you might know that might be in your life, but you don't really think of them as a toxic person per se. But it's an interesting way to look at it. But what can you do if you're involved in a relationship that may be toxic or with someone that could have these kind of traits or behaviors?
The first thing is that you have to start to recognize that no matter what you do, it's not going to help them. And that even though you may care about them, when they are creating this kind of drama and always going on about this, you have to be willing to set limits. So that is the first point, is that these are people who complain, they like to wallow in their own problems, they don't seem to focus on how to help themselves or how to work things out. So the first thing I would say to you is don't take on their problems, really give the problem back to them and ask them, how are you going to deal with this problem? And as you hand it back, give yourself permission to not get involved in it. And then the second thing I would say is to focus on taking care of yourself. It's really easy to get sucked into the drama, but be responsible for your own emotions and really create a really healthy detachment from them. Toxic people tend to be irrational, they blame others, so don't get emotionally involved and don't take their moods on a personal level. The third one is definitely speak up. Be kind, but be willing to distance yourself and really maintain a healthy boundary. You can explain to them that you have a set of standards of integrity that you live by, and tell them that you will not listen to what they're doing or what they're saying. So really stick to your guns and maintain your boundaries even when they push, because they will.
Yeah, I like how you say distance yourself from it, don't get too involved in it, because that's their issue. You don't want to bring that home with you, I guess, right?
Exactly.
Although what if it's like your wife or your husband? You can't completely distance yourself.
Well, this is something that you really need to think about, because you want to be with somebody who you can share your feelings with, that you can share what's going on. If it's always all about them, you have a real problem.
Yeah. That might need some
bigger help.
Bigger help.
Guns, yes.
What would you have in summary for us as we close up here?
Well, the first thing I would say is don't be responsible for grown-ups' behavior that is not yours. These people need to be responsible for their own. That's the first thing that I would say. And then really be willing to speak up and set these kind of boundaries, and to really surround yourself with those people who will support you, that they'll be happy for you and your success, and be willing to do that for yourself so that you are taking care of yourself and you're setting the healthy boundaries with them.
So interesting. My goodness, you don't think about these things maybe too often, but now that you brought it up, I think all of us kind of know somebody that may have at least some of these behaviors. So,
yes, there are plenty of them out there to spread around, but it's important to limit it for yourself and know how to set those boundaries.
How to deal with it. That's
Absolutely.
the important part.
Now I'm like, am I the toxic person? All right, Dr. Kim Taylor can be heard on KZSB AM 1290, new primetime hour, Thursdays 5 p.m. to 6. You can give her a call.
All right, Dr. Kim, always great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. Very important topic.
Thank you.
And thank you for waking up with us on Fox 11. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Have a great day.